Hello, me. It's me. I'm a body-mind labelled Roy Thomas Dow, and this is Being God number 9. I don't know if you've been with us through the others. It doesn't matter. So, who is not interested in the greatest power in creation? That would be you, me, because I am God as you are also. Yeah? It's, as you can see, my style's very informal, if you've never done this before. Not interested in the greatest power. Let's just, I'm trying to get people to a point where they entertain the truth of who they are and engage fully with that truth and bring it into their daily cycle, even moment by moment. Okay, right at the forefront of your awareness. So this whole dream that we're in, if you like, this, as people call it, the Adamic dream, generic. What we do is we find that the egoic reference mind produces lack, loss, failure, sin, sickness, and death. Every one of those is unknown in the heavenly perception. Okay? Very important, that heavenly perception, because that's the key of what I'm saying, isn't it? As you believe, so shall it be. As you believe, it is. That's where you've got to get to. Take away all references to time, and it just is. As soon as it enters your field of awareness, it is. So, lack and loss and failure. Don't know those, that's just a state of mind, isn't it? Lack. I need to manifest billions of dollars because I'm lacking. Lacking what? Ever since I came into this incarnation, I was incarnated in 60, Leo Rat. And you only ever hear stories about people who have wealth, and yeah, but does it make them happy? Well, I suppose if you want to acquire something, and the means with which you acquire it is money, and if you have the necessary amount of money to acquire what you want, then I suppose it works. But then it's like, when you get into this state, because remember, we're at Being God number 9 now, so we've gone, there's no expectation on my part that people are past that, all that's gone, and you're now approaching this. Yeah, it takes time, sometimes it's blip, in the flick of an eye. So, lack, loss, failure, lack, abundance, loss, gain, failure, success. All those belong here. Natural attributes of effortless, divine divine awareness. Sin. Well, sin can't be here because there is no such thing as you mustn't, you must not, you can't, you're not allowed. You can do anything you like. It's up to you. But there may be consequences because there's always cause and effect. Cause and effect. Even in the biggest pond, you throw a tiniest pebble out there, and on some level of awareness, there is the ripple. Sickness. Well, if I'm God and you're God, and our perceptions are perfect and pure, sickness is unknown because we are in tune with our divine nature, and our body changes. Okay? Goes up in frequency. Death. No such thing. Yeah? How is there no death? Because there is no birth per se. There's no birth, there's no death. There is just, I'm going to incarnate there and look at everything from that perspective. What's that perspective? John Smith. All right. And John Smith has come here with a divine plan, perhaps, to have some fun, to explore divine creation, to embrace his divine nature, to express that divine nature in any way that he feels intuitively guided. Does that make sense? Is it understandable? Lack, loss, failure, sin, sickness, death. What a load of tripe. When you think of death and you think of that idea of, well, if someone sort of like saves someone, and in saving them, or even attempting to save them, they lose their own life, then that's an act of selflessness, isn't it? And it's like, well, you could do that quite happily because you know that there's no death. So it's just a process. There's a need to experience the feeling of whatever is associated with whatever it is you're doing at the moment. Perhaps. Yeah? Maybe. Something to be worked through. But ultimately you get to a point where there is no lack, loss, failure, sin, sickness or death. Because they are literally unknown. Understand this. Understand how. Understand why. It's all about perception. I think as I am. Thought is everything. We must be before we can do. I'm going to go and build this, make this, do this, paint this, whatever. Oh, that didn't work out. Well, you have to learn about this. Right, if I want to do this, you have to do that. Okay, well, I'll do that then. Because that's what I want to do. It's just passion. There's never any boredom in passion. There's never ever any chore. Well, a labour of love. So yeah, unknown in the heavenly perception. So who is not interested in the greatest power in creation? What is the greatest power in creation? Well, that's like us, me, you, all other self. It's as simple as that. Head to toe, perfection. Because we are waking from the dream, the sleep. How did that come about? Well, if you eat the illusion, then the illusion is real. Suddenly you're a part of the illusion, aren't you? Rather than just observing the wonder of the light, love, creation. That's the magical bit. Anyway. So I haven't really got anything else to say today. It's very straightforward, very simple. That's because everything is simple. Yeah, it is. Everything is really easy. I'm God as you are also. That's it. Next. I drew, just before I go, I drew another medicine card today, as you do. And I drew the links, 18. Of course it was 18. The magical, the knower, not the guardian, the knower of secrets. I am God as you are also. Dare to embrace my truth as your truth and see the magic begin. Love all round.